DC Rebirth was a giant-sized issue that promised to fix all the mistakes of the New 52. Now, comic fans had been burned before when DC promised to fix the New 52, but had been burned before with things like Jim Gordon becoming Batman and Lois Lane revealing Superman's identity to the entire world, then depowered Superman, then just killed him off. But DC Rebirth felt different, with events like Titan Hunt bringing the Titans of old back into the mainline continuity, and they also introduced a new Superman by the name of Clark White, who was actually the pre-New 52 continuity brought into the mainline continuity. Now, if that didn't make any sense to you, welcome to comics. DC Rebirth. Man. Let me just say, experiencing this comic in the summer of 2016 was life-changing. But enough build-up. Let's talk about this comic. Or rather, experience it. We opened the comic with a monologue from a stranger talking about watches. Okay, I know, not a great start, but just wait, it all ties in. The stranger talks about how he got this watch from his father, and how his father got it from his. He ponders over the legacy behind the watch, until something broke the watch, and how he lost it. Our mysterious monologuer then looks out on the earth and discusses his love for it, but notes that something is missing. The narrator then thinks upon his own childhood, as he remembers becoming part of a legacy. Lightning cracks around Gotham as our mysterious stranger notes that he is outside of reality, and it'll be impossible to come back to reality without a lightning rod. Someone who is tethered to this reality and can help bring our mysterious narrator back to reality. He says he's done it before. Our mysterious protagonist then thinks that Bruce will help. We pan to the Batcave. Lightning strikes the cave as our protagonist is revealed. It is Fall Off Boy. After all this time, he's back. No, just kidding. It's Wally West. Wait, what? Just to be clear, this is not someone else wearing Wally's face, but the Wally West. My Wally West, my Flash. He's back after all this time. I never thought I'd see him again, but he's back. Wally then comes to Bruce with an ominous warning that kind of plays out like this. Listen to me now! Wally West is then zapped back into the Speed Force. Wally then reflects on his origin, about meeting the Flash, copying the accident that gave him his powers, his time on the Titans, and when the world needed him most, the second Flash, Barry Allen, sacrificed himself to save the multiverse. So Wally stepped up and became the third Flash. He then remembers falling in love, having children, 2 of them. He then remembers that by some miracle, Barry was brought back to life. And life was perfect. Just for a second. Then it wasn't. He remembers that some new villain showed up, also known as the DC Writers, and messed everything up. Wally is then sucked deeper into the Speed Force, but refuses to give up. He realizes that he has to reach out for someone, to grab onto someone that could bring him back. Someone? Anyone? Hello? My name was Wally West, and I was the fastest man alive. I was the Flash. Whether I will ever be again isn't what's important. What's important is that I get back so I can warn everyone, so I can deliver a message. It's not over. We then cut to a mental ward as we see an elderly man attempting to escape. He runs into a closet for shelter. Wally reveals that this man was part of a covert team back in World War II. He also reveals that most people think he is crazy. However, Wally knows he is not. I don't know how long I have. Please, listen to me. Their history may have been stolen, but your friends weren't completely lost. McCarthy yelled, "Take off your masks. You know I was only trying to protect them. I'm sorry for what I did." It's wartime again. The world is going to need your friends, but you can bring them back. You have that power, Johnny. Use the genie. Bring back the Justice Society. It's all I've been trying to do. Wally is then propelled through the Speed Force, struggling to find someone who will remember him. He passes a police station as he sees a blonde woman interrogated. She is waiting to see Superman, claiming to be a friend of his. She also claims to be from the future. The officers think she is crazy as they look at the only thing on her person, a Legion flight ring. Wally then circles through this world he once knew so well, but now knows nothing about. He sees new heroes and villains that he doesn't even recognize, passing the body of Superman. This world's Superman is gone. What hope is there? A flicker shines through as Wally sees a familiar sight, Aquaman proposing to Mara. This gives Wally an idea. He goes to his wife, the woman he loved, the woman who he had 2 children with. She was his lightning bolt before. Why not now? Wally crashes down in a beam of lightning. "Linda! I'm back! It's me, Linda! It's Wally! Take my hand, and I can come home. You're someone who loves you very much. You remind me of when I first met you. That look in your eye, questions on the tip of your tongue. You were still trying to find your voice, and I was trying to find mine. We helped each other. We will again. We will help everyone. But it starts with us, Linda. You and me. Forever. I don't know you. No, Linda, it's me. It's Wally West. Please remember. Please let her remember. Please let her remember. Please. Wally, then in a desperate attempt, goes to anyone who might recognize him. From foe to friend, no one knows who he is. He then realizes that someone else has his name with a connection to the Speed Force. He sees that he has a cousin of his that they never met, but he watches him as he saves a little girl. A defeated Wally spirals down into sorrow. He then watches as the Flash, Barry Allen, saves the inhabitants of a burning building. Wally sees that Barry is happy, and that's enough for him. Wally comes to a decision. It's time to let go of the past, Wally. Barry! You don't know who I am, and you won't remember. So this is hello and goodbye. Wally then gives Barry a grave warning about the threat to come. You've all forgotten things. Like me. Who are you? There's no more time. I'm out of time. This is it. Barry, thank you for an amazing life. Thank you for your kindness, for your inspiration, for being there for me so many times. For now, the last time. I don't understand. I hope one day you will. You were right, Barry. Every second was a gift. That's why I won't die in anguish. I'll go with love in my heart. Goodbye, Barry. Goodbye. Imagine losing a friend. A friend you had grown up with. You both went through those awkward teenage years, but as you matured, so did he. Not too much, though. Boy, he was kind, loving, compassionate. A real ladies' man.
Because I'm the Flash, the fastest man alive.
Kind of.
Did I?
He was brave. And he never gave up, even when facing total Armageddon. But then, he was gone. Until one day, a look of recognition changed everything. Wally? I'm back. You said my name. You brought me back. I'm so sorry, Wally. My God. How could I ever forget you? There you have it. DC all but apologized for the way they ran their company. And as a sign of goodwill, they brought our friend back from the land of unexistence. We got to see him returned in a loving embrace. Wally then gave a grave warning, saying that he was not the only one forgotten, and that the entire event happening was not the Flash's fault. It was someone else's. The Wally then explained that there are forces out there that they had never met. We then go back to the Batcave, as Bruce found something Wally had left in his trail. We then see Bruce pick up a pen as Wally explains that they are being watched. This was the start of an era. Many amazing things came out of this era, like the return of the JSA and the Legion of Superheroes. We got to see them unite together, the past, the present, and the future, as they beat Dr. Manhattan. We got to see the heroes reborn and brought back to a new status quo. We saw stories that were not retellings of past events, but stories that paid respects to what came by telling stories of what could be. The shark that does not swim forward dies, and this was DC moving forward, starting a new era of hope, joy, and legacy. DC Rebirth was the comic book series that we deserved, and the one we needed right now. And for a brief moment, it seemed like everything was perfect. Until Heroes in Crisis ruined everything!